Hello everyone and welcome to my review of The Zookeeper's Wife. The last few weeks of major releases in the theaters have not really excited me at all, except for this one film. Thankfully last weekend it did get a wider release, and Tuesdays are $6 over at Cinemark, so I took my mom, she took a friend of ours, and we also took a friend of mine to go see this movie. We're very interested in seeing the film. I'm a huge fan of films that tell stories about the inhumanity of man and the humans that find that humanity to save other people that are being oppressed. And this one is based, of course, on the true story of a zookeeper's wife, who is played, of course, by Jessica Chastain, the very lovely actress. Her husband in the film was played by an unknown actor, to me at least, played by Jonah Hildenberg. He is the zookeeper. And the other major star of the film is Daniel Bruhl from Rush, Glorious Bastards, Woman in Gold, and many other great films. Now, again, as I said before, it's based on a true story. It takes place in Warsaw, Poland, during the German occupation of Poland and the Jews in the ghetto. But these people are just kind of caught in the middle of this situation. They're not Jewish. They have this amazing zoo that people go and visit day by day. And they're being affected in this situation. They see around them all this crap going on, not only to the animals, but of course to the humans. So they decide to take part in the saving of not only their animals as much as they can, but also, of course, the Jewish community as well. So didn't know much about this story before going into it. I knew that it was based on a book, which is based on a true story. I also knew that the book was quite popular, but I was more excited because I really just love stories like this. It's fascinating to me. It's inspirational. It kind of inspires me to want to be a better person and be more loving to people that are different from me and stuff like that. So I'm quite excited to see the film and very interested in the subject matter as well. How was the movie? Well, the movie is a good film. It's a decent movie. It's got some good performances, not really anything great in my opinion. This is not something that I believe is going to be remembered like, Sophia's Choice or Schindler's List or, Life is Beautiful, those kind of stories about the Holocaust and about World War II and the Nazis and the Jewish community. So it doesn't really have that emotional power to it, in my opinion. It didn't really grab me, other than the fact there are some scenes where some of the supporting character goes through some really terrible things. Now, the film is PG-13, but seems to get away with some interesting things that I'm not going to give away in this review. You'll have to see the film, or you can read why the film is rated PG-13. But I was surprised that it got away with a few things, but maybe it was because of the subject matter and the importance of the film that maybe some people want a wider audience to see it, so I don't know what happened there. But anyways, I thought the film was watchable, enjoyable for the most part. The scenes that got me the most emotional didn't really involve the main cast. They involved more of the supporting cast. Especially there's this young girl that goes through this traumatic experience with some Nazi soldiers that do something very, very terrible to her. Of course, most of that happens off camera, but I was really affected by that. Seeing people being saved and being protected and being, as they're having to shelter themselves and to hide themselves. Those scenes were very effective, and I enjoyed a lot of the humanity that came out of those sequences. I think Daniel Bruhl is fine in the film. He's a guy that's caught up in this world that's going around him. He's kind of like, he wants to be good. He wants to protect the animals at the same time as he loves being associated with the Nazis and Germany, and so he's battling. And I don't think it really did an amazing job to cover his side of the story. I think that would have been more interesting to see what was going on in his mind. Why was he so compelled to do what he wanted to do? The main focus of the film, of course, is Jessica Chastain. She is the star. She's lovely. She's beautiful. She's a great actress. But I have to say, in this film, I thought she was okay. I didn't really buy her Polish accent. I didn't really buy her performance all that much. She was fine. She wasn't, again, it's not the worst performance she's ever done in her career, but it's a performance that it just didn't resonate with me at all. I did like the guy who was the zookeeper. but there's this weird love triangle that's going on that I don't think was handled properly. There are some scenes that feel out of place. The tone feels a little off at times, and pacing as well, but it never really grabbed me emotionally. Yes, the story itself is powerful. It's interesting enough to carry on it's a 2-hour movie that I felt could have been chopped down to maybe an hour and 45 minutes, a little long. But overall, I would say it's definitely worth seeing at least once if you can find for matinee. Again, if you can pay for it, I paid $6 to see it, and I thought it was definitely worth the $6. But in the scheme of things, and the thing I only compare it to is films about the Holocaust in general. This movie is just nowhere near some of the most powerful films at all. But I think maybe it's a nice introduction if you want to tell your kids about what has happened if they haven't learned it yet in school, which I hope they do, because when I learned about it in school, that was probably the most interesting day of my life, and find out about World War II and what happened to the Jewish community, and among many other people that were displaced during that time. So there are better films about these ideas. There are better films, and I imagine the story itself would be more interestingly presented in a documentary than in this film. But I liked the film. I thought it was good. Definitely something worth checking out at least once. But if you're looking to really be grabbed emotionally, be shocked, be saddened, I would say you might want to watch another film that talks about these things. But overall, I did like the film, and I would recommend at least watching it once. And for that, I will give The Zookeeper's Wife, I will give it 3 stars out of 4.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.